Welcome back to another video. I know I said there wouldn't be tech videos this week on Twitter, but I recently got to spend time with pretty much every single consumer grade Mac Apple sells, and I want to review them all. So this video is not going to be necessarily a review of the 2020 MacBook Air, because there's been plenty of those. I want to talk about its purpose instead. It has a thin aluminum chassis with its angular design, really thin lid on top, extremely thin. Like, is there even a display in that thing? Then you have your keyboard, which is a Magic Keyboard. I love the feel of that keyboard. I spent good 30 minutes just typing away on that keyboard, and I could get up to full speed, no problem. It's actually as good as my Magic Keyboard 2 that goes with my iMac, and my Logitech Slim Combo keyboard, which also has a scissor switch mechanism on my iPad Pro. So there is a lot to offer here. And that's the thing about this MacBook. It has so much to offer in the line of display quality as well, because it is a 13.3 inch display, 2K resolution, it has 720p webcam, not the greatest, but if you've seen my live streams in the past, which granted, they're not the best, but the webcam looks about as good as my iMacs. It's not 1080 like the recently updated iMacs, but you still get a pretty decent webcam. It'll be good enough for Zoom calls and everyday computing if you need to, I don't know, use your webcam to join an online class or talk to loved ones during this time of pandemic. Which leads me to actually think that Apple actually updated their webcams specifically because of the whole working from home thing. And it can run Final Cut really well. It won't edit 4K raw video. It can't handle a bunch of color grading. It can't handle a bunch of effects. But if you're just doing basic videos, like I am, it should run it fine. And it can actually run really well if you because of the optimized footage. Granted, storage options, they are atrocious. 128 gig, 256 gig, 512. 128 gig in 2020. I get the point of this because it's a student machine. This is not a machine for power users. You can do power user work on this actually, if you want to, but that's not the main purpose of this machine. The main purpose of this machine is to be a web browser, watch YouTube, type in Google Docs, read emails, respond to emails, do online classes. You know, maybe edit the odd YouTube video here and there. Maybe, I don't know, use it as your ebook reader. I don't know, but it costs €1,000 and it's expensive as a student machine. But if you're wanting to get into the Apple ecosystem, with not a huge budget for a Mac, you can pick these things up fairly decently priced. I'd say you're getting the best build quality of one of the best build qualities of any laptop out there. Granted, in the Apple space, they're all aluminum alloys. And if you go to the Windows side of things, you all obviously get the XPS lineup, But you can pick these things up for €800, €700 if you go for an older model. It has i5s in it. Like an i5 dual core is fine for most people. And you're going to say, get a Chromebook. But a Chromebook is not the same. This thing has Touch ID in it. It has a fingerprint scanner to recognize your finger, to authenticate purchases, to unlock your Mac instead of typing your password the whole time. Something the iMacs can't offer, which realistically they should have Face ID, which theoretically is going to come with the ARM Macs, so I'll just be patient. But this is what I'm saying. It is the perfect student machine. If you are into the graphic design aspect of college, or you're doing a video side to things, maybe this isn't the laptop for you. Maybe you should go for one of the new refreshed 13-inch MacBook Pros. Or, if you can swing it, a 16-inch is fantastic. I love that display size. The build quality is amazing, but we'll save the rest of that for the review. Some downsides of the MacBook Air is it has 2 Thunderbolt USB-C ports instead of 4, and it has a headphone jack though. Headphone jack for students, want to plug in their headphones and watch movies, listen to music, chill out with their friends, watch Netflix. That's perfect. The iPad Pros, the brand new 2018 iPad Pros and 2020 iPad Pros do not have a headphone jack. You need to get a USB-C to headphone jack adapter, which granted doesn't cost a lot, but like I said, like most people will say, if you have an iPad Pro from that generation, you probably have at least an iPhone 7 that will have a headphone jack adapter already, or you're already converted to Bluetooth. Which brings me to my closing thoughts really about this thing. It is the best overall laptop for any student out there. If you're looking for a laptop that is a Mac. Obviously, if you're more of a Windows kind of person, I can't really help you because there's literally so many brands, so many different options. And yes, you can get better specs for your money if you go for a Windows laptop. But let's be real, in college, you want to be seen with an Apple logo on your laptop because it's cool and hip. Let me know all your thoughts, opinions, and comments in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to have a good discussion about this. Maybe you know of another better laptop for college students. Maybe you have different reasons for liking the MacBook Air. Maybe you chose an iPad Pro over the MacBook Air like I did. Maybe you're just into Windows. Let me know if you're into Windows and what laptops you're into for college, what you'd recommend. I'm sure the people would love to know your recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.